女人刚从厕所里出来，就被一对情侣给强暴了。事后她告诉警方
，It was hers. My hands were pinned down, and I couldn't move, and they were taking turns.
They.
It was a couple. It was a man and a woman. They both raped me.
而此时警察还没意识到，最后竟牵连出多起变态三人行。接着警察就来找了昨晚派对的组织者，而从他口中得知，派对上还真有这么一对情侣，男的好像是名医生，名叫西斯。不料警察一查，西斯竟是一名整容医生，名气还非常大，而他也有一名漂亮的女友，所以俩人就被锁定为了嫌疑人。随后本森只是先让受害者指认，结果当翻到西斯时，艾娃一眼就认出了他，接着也认出了西斯女友。
She was so nice. She took me outside when I was feeling sick.
What do you remember about them?
She gave me a drink from her water bottle, and after that I went into a dark hole. But before I blacked out, she said that she was going to go get her boyfriend, that he was a doctor.
那这么看来，歹徒就是西斯夫妇了。然而当警察找上门后，西斯却显得十分淡定，一口否认了给艾娃下药，反而表示药是他给的，一切都是双方自愿的。同时女友也声称艾娃当时很享受，是她想尝试一下三人一起玩。
I ran into her in the bathroom. She was queasy. I took her outside for some air. She offered me ecstasy. I took it.
And then?
We started rolling. We got handsy. We kissed. Then he found us.
No, we met, connected. She suggested taking the party home. Whose idea was it to take her home?
Hers. Bah, she didn't have to twist my arm.
And when you got here?
Ava pulled me on top of her. Then she told Heath to tie her up.
The necktie, so that was her idea too.
Yes. We even had plans to go to breakfast. When we woke up, she was gone.
但警探却明确表明，艾娃说自己是被强奸了，可女友仍坚称她是自愿的。现在诬告纯是嗑药后的幻想，她就是想碰瓷。对此警探却不置可否，接着又找来艾娃对质，可她当然坚持说的是实话。而眼见警察不信后，顿时又激动了起来。
I did not want this. They raped me.
并强烈要求逮捕西斯俩人。见状，警察赶紧安慰会立案的，而为了找出证据，随后便搜查了西斯的家。不料很快就有了重大发现，他们找到了一个手提包，里面有很多编号了的 U 盘，以及一本笔记本，每个编号都有对应的名字。不用猜，这些肯定是录像了。果不其然，里面有艾娃的，并从视频中可以看出，艾娃明显神志不清，这印证了她被强奸的说法，并且其余几个 U 盘视频最早的可以追溯到10几年前，里面的女孩们也都不清醒，这证明西斯俩人可是惯犯了。于是本森立即下令逮捕他俩。可是当西斯被带回派出所，警察拿出视频证明里面女人没意识时，乃至他竟狡辩女人是扮出来的，他的幻想就是扮演真人娃娃。虽然警察进行了反驳，不料西斯竟拿出了精神与肉体的歪理，侃侃而谈，搞得警察也没说过他。同时女友也坚称录像只是为了欣赏，但警方当场播放了视频，里面的受害者不断惨叫，明明很是痛苦。不料女友竟称她那是兴奋，非常强烈的兴奋，并且狡辩人在痛苦和兴奋时是很难看出区别的，而好像还真是这样。接着他反问本森有没有和女性一起玩过，显然本森没有。
Oh, I know you want to. You want someone who understands you, your needs, your fantasies, your body.
不过当他继续说出虎狼之词后，警察赶紧打断了他，然后立马回归了正题，让他老实交代。不料女友自认行得正走得端，啥也不怕，这下终于整得警方没办法了，可也只能先放了俩人。但本森气不过，于是当即下令去找视频里的所有受害者谈，拿到他们的口供。却不料事情并不像想的那么顺利，几名受害者竟称是自愿的，还表示一起回看过视频。即使警察指出你当时可没意识，他们竟也无所谓。显然为了变美，这些女孩很怕得罪西斯，竟没人愿意出来指证。虽然警方还有艾娃，但也有人反驳，如果陪审团听了这些女孩的说辞，那艾娃的指证就没说服力了。对此本森只好只是继续查找证据。结果皇天不负有心人，警探很快又抓住了西斯的把柄。他在西斯电脑上找到了一段加密视频，画面非常露骨，女孩看上去像是未成年，并且警探放大画面后，男人身旁有医学书籍，所以推测他就是西斯医生。同时儿童失踪中心也识别出女孩名叫西西，是14年前失踪的，也就是西斯从医学院毕业的前1年。所以只要证明他在内拍了这段视频。结果话还没说完，就被本森催着快去查了。然后他们就来到了医学院，不成想院长竟是西斯的同班同学，所以对西斯是相当了解，也很容易就指出了他当年租的房子，并且房东老太还记得西斯，于是就带警察来到了地下室。而经过比对后，他们确定这就是拍视频的地方，但是却有一个地方不一样了，明显是被遮住了，可房东却从没装修过，那这里就有问题了。随后警察就撬开了木板，没想到里面居然是一具女性干尸，不用猜，这肯定就是失踪的西西了。尸体因为涂了碱液才没散发气味，倒像是医学生的手法，这下就涉嫌谋杀了。西斯的罪过可大了。随后俩人立马赶回了派出所，要求立即逮捕西斯，可哪知这时意外却发生了。
The ME ran the DNA from the bones in the bag against a sample from a hairbrush that her father gave us. Doesn't match up.
这可是万万没想到的，但科学鉴定是错不了。就这样，警察又失去了关键证据，一下又无法指控西斯了。不过本森却认为那段视频还是很有说服力的，于是立马将他拿到了西斯面前，指控他是恋童癖。可哪知西斯仍是巧舌如簧，狡辩这是别人发给我的。不料警察竟直接点出了拍摄地点，就在你当年的出租屋里，你却一直在撒谎，甚至也提出了谋杀指控。但西斯就是死不承认。于是警察又把他女友选做了突破口，拿出了视频给他看，还特意点名这是西斯隐藏起来的。还有那具女尸，他可能涉嫌谋杀了。不料女友当即暴怒了，大骂警察无端指责。可本森当即回怼，有人死在了他家的墙里，这已经涉及命案了。不料女友立马反驳，西斯是疗愈者，并非杀手。哪知听了这句话后，敏感的本森好像突然意识到了一个真相。
Oh my god. You're Cece.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're the girl in this video.
然后就拿起视频比对，但女友很自信那根本不像。不料本森也当即指出，是西斯给你整容了，他厌倦了西西，所以把你整成了别人。结果女友当场就破防了。可本森根本没有停下的意思，仍是不断的做思想工作，想要说服他不要再保护西斯了。哪知女友竟死心塌地爱着西斯，也相信自己是西斯的一切。
Then why does he keep inviting other women into your bed?
这话可是说到点子上了，女友不由得想起了自己原本的样子，现在只能通过照片看到了，还有那具尸体。至此，她的心理防线终于崩溃了，决定坦白一切。原来那具尸体竟是曾一起玩的另一人。
One day I woke up and she was gone. He told me she went back home to her mom. I saw him repaneling the wall. He said it was a water leak.
Do you know what I think, Cece? I think that Moira didn't live up to his fantasy. And so...
No, he's not a killer.
然而至今西西都不相信西斯是那种人，对此本森也没硬来，猜测那可能是意外，也可能是失手。
But whatever it was, when he got bored with her, you became his fantasy girl. And then when he got bored with you, he molded you into what he saw as perfection.
No, he loves me.
No, he loves the idea of you. The perfect beauty. But beauty fades, Cece. Even the perfect beauty that he created. That's why he brings other women home to your bed. Because he's searching for something that can never, ever really exist.
而眼见西西好似动摇了，本森立马趁机再问有没有强奸艾娃，可他仍在抵抗。于是本森又适时提出了认罪协商，保证只要你指控西斯，就对你轻判。结果西西就倒戈了。
We gave Ava a lot of drugs. It's not like we hurt her.
Yes, you did. And you, more than anyone, should know that.
I didn't mean to. I just like
Being what, Cece?
being beautiful.
但最终还是伤害了艾娃。而在审讯室外，听到这一切的艾娃和警探也终于放下心来了。有了西西的指控，这个案子算是万无一失了。最后，西西父亲也闻讯赶了过来。虽然眼前之人与印象中的女儿大相径庭，但西西却一眼就认出了父亲。就这样，时隔14年后，父女俩终于团圆了。而至此，整个案件也迎来了圆满结局。